Welcome back to NT Coins World, the home for coin hunters, passionate collectors, and everyday folks hoping to turn small change into serious cash. Today, we're spotlighting two exciting coins. From the Washington Quarter Dollar Series, the 1969 Washington Quarter and the 1971 Washington Quarter. Both were minted during a fascinating period in American coinage, the post-silver era, and they hold a wealth of secrets, including rare mint errors, historical significance, and valuable collector interest. You may have passed over these coins dozens of times in pocket change without realizing their hidden potential. But after today's video, you'll know exactly what to look for, what makes them valuable, and how they can be worth far more than 25 cents. Let's get started with one of the most sought-after quarters. From the late 1960 South, 1969 Washington Quarter Dollar coin, fine condition. The 1969 Washington Quarter sits at a key crossroads in American numismatic history. By this year, the U.S. Mint had fully transitioned away from silver coinage, embracing the clad composition system that remains in use today. While silver quarters from 1964 and earlier remain top targets for collectors due to their intrinsic metal value, the post-silver Washington quarters, like the 1969 issue, carry value for entirely different reasons: rarity and high grades, mint errors, and their place in the timeline of evolving coin production methods. In terms of design, the 1969 Washington Quarter stayed faithful to the iconic style first introduced in 1932. The obverse, designed by John Flanagan, features a left-facing bust of George Washington. His profile is proud and dignified, with the word Liberty stretching across the top of the coin. Below Washington's chin lies the motto "In God We Trust," and beneath the neck, aligned at the bottom of the coin, is the date 1969. If your coin has no mint mark, it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. However, if you spot a small D or S to the right of Washington's ponytail, then it was minted in Denver or San Francisco, respectively. The reverse of the coin continues with Flanagan's enduring heraldic eagle design, a majestic bald eagle, wings spread, perches on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and military readiness. Below the arrows is a pair of olive branches, representing peace. Surrounding this image are the inscriptions "United States of America" at the top, "E Pluribus Unum" just above the eagle's head, and "Quarter Dollar" along the bottom. The 1969 Washington Quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark, with a total mintage of approximately 114 million coins; Denver, marked with a D, with a higher mintage of about 129 million coins; San Francisco, only proof coins were made here, with a mintage of approximately 2.9 million pieces. The clad composition, featuring a copper core sandwiched between 2 layers of copper nickel, gave the coin a silvery appearance without the cost of actual silver. In fine condition, circulated 1969 quarters generally fetch $1 to $2, depending on demand. However, the real excitement lies in coins that remain in high mint state or uncirculated condition. A 1969 quarter graded MS-65 or higher can command prices from $50 to $150. An example certified MS-67 by grading companies like PCGS or NGC have sold for over $1,000 at auction. Even more enticing are error coins. One of the most famous and valuable errors associated with the 1969 quarter is the double die obverse DDO. In this variety, doubling is most evident on the inscriptions "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date 1969. These errors are extremely rare and can fetch massive premiums. A certified 1969 DDO quarter has sold for over $30,000 in high-grade condition. Be on the lookout for distinct doubling on the lettering and numbers, especially with strong separation visible to the naked eye. Another notable error is the off-center strike, where part of the design is missing due to misalignment during striking. These errors, depending on the degree of off-centering and coin condition, can range in value from $50 to $500. Also sought after are clipped plankets, broad strikes, and coins with die cracks or cuds, which add interest and value among error coin enthusiasts. Collectors appreciate the 1969 quarter not just for its scarcity and higher grades, but also because it marks the final year of the tumultuous 1960s, a decade marked by significant political, cultural, and economic change in America. Having a piece of that history in your hands connects you to a pivotal moment in the nation's past. Moreover, as older clad coins continue to be pulled from circulation, the 1969 quarter in collectible condition becomes increasingly rare and desirable. making it a cornerstone in any comprehensive Washington quarter collection. 1971 Washington quarter dollar coin, fine condition. The 1971 Washington quarter is another standout coin that deserves serious attention from collectors and history buffs alike. Struck during the early 1970s, this coin represents the era of rapid economic growth, rising inflation, and ongoing developments in the U.S. mint's production technology. Although it lacks silver content, the 1971 quarter holds surprising value in certain conditions and with the right varieties. The obverse of the 1971 quarter keeps the standard John Flanagan portrait of George Washington, a design that had been in use for nearly 4 decades by that time. The powerful profile of the first U.S. president faces left, with liberty inscribed across the top. The national motto, "In God We Trust," rests to the left of Washington's face, and the date 1971 is centered below his bust. If your coin lacks a mint mark, it came from the Philadelphia Mint, which struck coins without a mint mark at the time. A small D on the obverse indicates the coin was minted in Denver. The reverse remains unchanged from earlier years. It displays the heraldic eagle clutching arrows and resting above olive branches, signifying a strong yet peaceful America. Above the eagle is the phrase "United States of America," and below it reads "quarter dollar." The small Latin phrase "e pluribus unum," meaning "out of many, one," is inscribed between the eagle's wings. The 1971 quarter was minted into primary locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark, with a mintage of approximately 109 million. Coins, Denver, marked with a D, with a slightly higher mintage of about 258 million coins. Both versions were struck using the standard clad composition of the era, a pure copper core, with outer layers of copper nickel, giving the coin its silvery appearance. In fine condition, a 1971 quarter typically trades for around $1 to $2, which may not seem like much, but again, condition and rarity are everything in numismatics. Coins in MS-65 or better condition can range from $40 to $150, and exceptionally well-struck coins graded MS-67 or higher have been known to reach $500 or more. The key factors for these higher values include strong luster, well-defined details especially in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, and clean surfaces free from bag marks or contact damage. Era coins elevate the 1971 quarter to another level, although not as famous as the 1969 DDO. The 1971 series includes a number of desirable minting errors, off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned due to improper positioning of the planket, can sell for $75 to $300, depending on severity and grade. Clipped plankets, where a portion of the coin's edge is missing, are also prized by collectors and usually range between $50 and $200. One lesser-known but fascinating error is the struck-on foreign or wrong planket variety. Occasionally, coins are mistakenly struck on blanks intended for foreign currency or smaller denominations like the dime. A 1971 quarter struck on a dime planket will appear undersized and may be missing part of the design. These types of errors are rare and can bring $500 or more, depending on confirmation by grading services. While there is no confirmed major double die variety for the 1971 quarter that rivals the 1969 error, collectors still inspect the lettering for minor doubling, and there are always new discoveries being made. Coins with die cracks, cuds, or strike-through errors, where a foreign object interferes with the coin strike, are actively traded among enthusiasts. The 1971 Washington quarter is also notable for being one of the last years before the U.S. Mint began modernizing its production methods in preparation for the bicentennial coinage of 1975-76. As such, the 1971 issues reflect an era of mass production where quality sometimes varied greatly from coin to coin, making sharp, well-struck examples particularly collectible today. Collectors value the 1971 quarter for its role in the clad coinage era, its large mintage balanced by the growing difficulty of finding pristine examples, and its potential for hosting fascinating errors. It's an essential coin for anyone building a full-date Washington quarter set, and an excellent example of how ordinary coins from circulation can become valuable collector pieces when condition and curiosity collide. Thank you for joining us once again here on NT Coins World. We hope this deep dive into the 1969 and 1971 Washington quarters opened your eyes to the value and stories hidden in your everyday change. These coins aren't just old quarters. They're rich with history, packed with collector potential, and maybe even worth a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with fellow collectors. And always remember, your next treasure could be just one coin away. Until next time, happy hunting, and keep collecting!